Yeah, welcome you all to another video, and I'm so excited. You know, I saw in one of my videos I had like 120 something of people, something views. I'm so happy. That means I'm progressing. You know, so please, if you're seeing my video for the first time, please kindly share, like, comment on Facebook while on YouTube. Please kindly subscribe to my channel, and you can also comment. Yeah. Um, in today's video, I will be showing you guys how to, you know, how to set up type scripts on your machine. I got a job and I was asked to use the TypeScript because I was working with team, so when you're working with a team, you ought to know about the TypeScript. Yeah, I'm serious. So though I have been, I've been familiar with the TypeScript, but I should I say I didn't put interest because I'm only doing uh, self projects, you know. But working with TypeScript is so interesting. I promise you that very, very interesting. And I urge you to you know do the same thing. Learn the TypeScript is very, very necessary as um, well developed you know that already has foundation in JavaScript. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. So let's jump into today's video. Just as I told you before, I will be working with TypeScript. So first, I want to show you how to set up TypeScript on your machine. So we are going to be doing the back end of our application, which is Node. I know so many of you are familiar with Node JS. Upcoming, let me reduce my, I think it's very loud. It's okay, right? So, so many of you are familiar with the Node.js. But today we are going to, be telling our Node.js that we want to use TypeScript, in our application. So let's start. As you can see, this is a brand new project. I have nothing inside of my VS Code. Just as the way I normally do this, I you can there are so many ways you can bring your folder into the VS Code. But me, I like doing it this way. I'll just come here to say I want to create a new folder. So let's give our folder a name. I will call it okay, let's say TypeScript tutorial. I think that one is okay. I say TYVESCRI the tutorial RIAL. So I have my folder here. Um, what I need to do, I don't need to stress myself. And one thing about me is that I'll give you the easiest way to, get to whatever you want to do with your application. So I'll take my folder and I'll drop it here. That's drag and drop. So let me increase it. So now, as you can see, I have the TypeScript tutorial. So I'll just come here to create a folder and what name should I call this folder? I'll call this the name of this folder the server side because we are going to work in our back end of our tutorial. So I'll create a new folder. I'll call it server. Yes, now I have the server. All I need to do is to come to my terminal, then I'll click on the new terminal. So I'll say CD, that means I'm going to change the directory to server. Now that I'm inside this server folder, that means our codes are going to be inside of our server. Initially, when I started this video, I told you we are going to be working on the type scripts. Yeah. So this is not the regular JavaScript, you know. So first of all, you need to install TypeScript globally on your machine. How do you install TypeScript globally on your machine? It's just to use. I'm not going to do it because I already have it installed on my machine globally. So how do you install? You say npm if you're using Windows because I'm using Windows. I'm a fan of Windows. So all I just need to do is to say npm install install -g, which means global. Then I'll use TypeScript. TypeScript is a one word. That's a TYPESCRIPT. TypeScript, just a one word. If you want to know if I really have my TypeScript on my machine, I'll just say TSC and my version. I think my version is around 5 point. Yeah, this is 5.45. So now, as you can see, I have TypeScript already installed on my machine. So now, what do we need to install? We are going to install uh, so um, many packages inside of our dependencies. So I always pay attention when uh, this video, or you can code along with me. So firstly, I'll say, okay, I want to install the normal node. You want to way install it. All I just need to do is to say npm init. So I'll just say dash y. This simply means I don't want a situation whereby, you know, if I did not use this dash y, I will still get to, you know, my package um, JSC file. But I want this dash y so that I won't be saying okay, okay, and okay, or till I get to that stage. So all I just need to use is just to say the dash y. I'll enter. I will wait a little. So then, as you can see, I have the package.jsl file. So what else do I need to install? In this tutorial, I will be, you know, taking you as in I'll be whatever package I install, I'll be showing you and telling you how and what they, you know, work for in our application. Yes. So now, what else? What do we need to install? We need to install, you know, we are going to be doing the Express normally in our Node.js. So I will say import Express. Yes. Sorry, I'm gonna say npm. So now I have the Express. What else? I need to install what we call the TS node. The reason why we are installing the TS node, TypeScript is a superset of JavaScript, and TypeScript script makes you, you know, to uh, makes you it makes your code very, very accurate. Yes. So TypeScript is a subset of JavaScript. And once you're working with TypeScript, there's what we call the compiler, because Node doesn't recognize TypeScript. It only recognizes JavaScript. So the TypeScript will have a compiler that will compile it to the JavaScript. So the reason why we are using the TS node is because we don't need to start, you know, creating a folder for the compiler. So the folder for it to compile, rather any which way. So now I will say TSC. Don't worry, you will understand this as soon as we go um as soon as we get to every stage. So I will say npm install ts node. So I have the ts node uh installed or it's installed in Go. So now that we are installing the TS node, what else do we need to install? We need to install the types for you know node and the types for express. This is because just as I explained earlier, we got to tell Node that we want to use TypeScript for our project, and also we are telling Express that we want to use types also for our project. So I'll say npm install types types/node. Also, sorry, it's gonna be R. Then I'll also do the same thing. I'll say at types types express exp ress. So now that we have the types for this things inside of our dependencies, our dependency rather. So what else are we going to install? We're going to install the TypeScript package, you know, just as the way we installed the package JSON. So all I need to do is to say tsc then sorry tsc init. So now we already have the, as you can see, on the left side of my um, uh, yeah. So as you can see on our left side of VS Code, we have the TSC configuration.json. So now we have a lot to do. For now, this is all that we are going to install inside of our system. So now what I need to do now is to, make some changes here. So in this targets PS 2016, and all I need to do is to uncomment this, then I will use I'll call it or let me just leave this. Let me okay. I'll use the ES next right here. No. Sorry. I'll use React. Sorry. I'm sorry. We say React. That means we're using uh React. Then here I'll just say DOM DOM. Then we'll just call here the ES next. Yes. So I have the ES next. Now, what else? I will come to my roots directory. First of all, I will, you know, uncomment this. Then I will create a folder that should be our source folder. Then I'll call it just normal source src. Now I have a source folder. So all I just need to do is to say, okay, my root directory where all our codes will, all our code that we're going to be writing will be. So I'll say src. So in this place, I would just say instead of using the node 10, I would say, should I say the node next? Yes. Okay, now that we've gotten to this level, what do we need? Let me come here. I will make I'll make this to be true. Then we have the let me look for it. This strict should be false. Let's see. Yeah, I think these are all that we need to do for now. So I will save it. Then no, we still going to look for our out directory. Out. Okay, we have the out directory. So I will comment this also. Then what name should we give this? I will just say view of it. So I have the build folder. So I'll come here and create, sorry, I'll come to my server, then I'll create the build folder. I'll just say build, build. So I have the build and the source folder. So now I'm gonna save this. So once I save it, I will come over to my package.json where I have my script. So in this area, I'm going to remove this. Then anytime I want to start my program, I will just say npm start. So and in our normal Node.json, we have what we call the nodemon, but we are not going to be using the nodemon right now because of the JavaScript. Once you're writing the code and I'm sorry, in TypeScript, once you're writing the code and there's error, TypeScript, one good thing about the TypeScript is that it's going to notify you immediately that there's a problem in our code. So, but for JavaScript in Node, it will not tell you until you save it and Nodemon will quickly let you know that uh, you have a bug in your code. So now all I need to do is just call the TS node. Then I'll just say index. Since we have not created a file inside of our SRC, we're going to create it later on. I'll just say index dot CSS. So now I have this index.css. I'll just come here to say CSS. So I have this file called the index.css inside of our SRC. See, I didn't spell the SRC very well. Let me rename it. I'll say SRC. So now I think I spelled it very well here. Yes. Oh, you see? Yes. SRC. Sorry. Now I just need to come here to give a file of index.index dot CSS. So now I have the index.css. Let me save this. So in normal Node, what we normally do is I'll just create a variable called express. I'll just do it like this: RESS is equals to require IRA. Then I'll say express. Yes, if this is normal Node.js. But since we are using TypeScript, if I save this, TypeScript will notify me that I'm not doing the right thing, that I'm supposed to be working with in the TypeScript, not the normal JavaScript. So I don't want to go too far in this, but once I save it, trying to run it, it will tell me, it will give me that error. So just have that in mind. So I'm not going to save it. All we need to do is just to use the imports that's our normal React in our front-end. So I'll just say import express, express. Then I will say firm, then I'll call my express, express. So now I have express this way. So what else? I need to give a variable that's the instance for our express. I will just say const app is equals to express exp press. Yes. So that's this for that. Then what else? I got to make our app listing to it. I will just say app.listing listing. So should we call it for um 3,000 and okay, let me give it a 3,002 because in our app front end, we are going to be using it for 3,000. So I can use the 3,000 one, any which of the port you numbers that you want to feel free to use it as long as it's 4-digit number. So all I just need to do is to console log it's so to see if our project is our TypeScript is well installed. I will say port is running, port is running for 3,000. We are 3,000. So now let's see if our project is working. I mean our TypeScript is working very well. I'll just say npm start, npm start. So let's see. It's in ts node src.index.tsx. So let's see if it's working. Then we know what to do next. As you can see, though it took a little time, but it's working. As you can see, port is running on port is running. Instead of me to say our port is running on port 3,000, but that's fine. We all understand. We all know what we are working on. So as you can see, we have the port is running on port 3,002. That's fine. So this is not the main reason why I'm working on this video. The reason why I'm working on this video is because there's this particular ORM I normally use on my back end that maps my my codes, to my database because I love using the MySQL database. I can also use MongoDB, but my computer is I think it's Windows 8. Yes, I don't have time to check right now, but I think it's my Windows 8. Yes, it's Windows 8. So and MongoDB does use the Windows 8. I think so because I tried using it until I found out I went through the job and I saw that my system is not compatible with Mongo's DB. So I can use it. I promise you that maybe once I get another system, because I'm planning to get a good system to figure out. But once I get a bigger one, I'll use the Mongoose. It's very, very easy to use. Okay. So now I'm going to be using the MySQL. Before I use the MySQL, there are packages that we are going to install, which is the sequelize. If you go through some of my videos, you find out that I normally like using the sequelize. But not until when I got the job and I wanted to use it, and it became so difficult for me to use until I, checked or I went through their job and I found out that there's something you're gonna use if you want to use the sequelize in TypeScript, and that is called the sequelize TypeScript. Yes, you see what I'm trying to say right now. So we will, try to install those things. So first of all, I would say npm install sequelize sequelize. So I will say I'm installing the sequelize and I want to install the sequelize for TypeScript. So all I need to do is say sequelize, then negative um TypeScript. Typescript. And one other thing I want to install is the MySQL 2. So I just need to say MySQL 2. So I will click the enter button. But before we wait for this thing to install, I just need to open the MySQL and I will create a schema for our um, project. So what name should we call this schema? I think we should just call it the oh, I don't have server. Okay, we should just call it the server tutorial. Yes, server tutorial. You can name it whatever you want. It's all your choice. So I'll say to all right. So now I have a server tutorial here. Okay, apply, then finish. Now I have what we call the server tutorial. So I'll just close it and we're still going to wait while these things are uh, stored. So once we okay, it has installed already. So now what do we need to do? All I need to do is to create the connection for my database. So how do I do it? First, as you all know, I always have a folder, I like having a folder um, for any of my you know files. So I will just call this folder. Should I call it? I should just say connection or DD connection. DD connection. So I have the DB connection. Then I will create a file inside of our DB connection. I should just call it just the connection is okay. And it's dot TSS. So I have this DB connection. All I just need to do is to use the TypeScript the sequelize TypeScript. I would say import o how the sequelize CQCGLI. As you can see, sequelize. No, sorry, I want to use the CQELIC. As you can see, I have the sequelize TypeScript here. That's one most beautiful thing I love about the what's it called the TypeScript. In fact, I just said I'm not going to be using the JavaScript any longer. So, if you're not working with a large project, you don't need TypeScript. So you just need to search with normal JavaScript. Yeah. So now I have the sequelize imported. So what else? I'll come to give a variable. I'll call the variable sequelize, QUCQELIZE. Then is equals to the new sequelize. Says QULI. Why is it not giving me sequelize? Again, it's gonna be an object. Now we have the sequelize. All that I need to do now is to, call the properties of my connections. So firstly, I'm going to say my database. My database, remember the name in our database is called, let's see again, server tutorial. All I just need to do is just to copy it. Then I'll put it here. So I have the server tutorial. So next is going to be my password, PASSWRD. I wanted to put my real password, but I'm not going to use my real password. The reason is because uh, you guys might, you know, want to hack my database. I think in one of my videos, I disclosed my password, but I can't see now. But there's nothing there. But I don't use it for anything. I only use it for tutorial purpose. But in this tutorial, I'm not gonna disclose it. First, let me just leave it in you know the empty string. So next is my username. My username is root. I don't know what your username might be, but sometimes it's always root because so many of us don't have time to start, to rename our username MySQL. I don't think so, but if your own is root, you can still use root or any name that you are using. So what else? Uh, I need to use my, it's called, any, no, um, I can't remember this property right now, but as times goes on, I'll get it. So what again? Hosts, hosts. Then I will just say my host should be local host. Then what else? For now, this is what I got. Remember, I'll just export it. I'll say export default sequelize. So I have this installed, but I'm still gonna come back to this. Hmm. What the name again? I can't remember until I go to the I think it's called because I'm gonna use my dialect. It's called dialect, yeah. I remember it's called dialect. D sorry, D-I, yes. So my dialect should be um my SQL. This is my SQL. So I have this, but I'm still gonna come back for this because um you see what I'm trying to do. Yeah, what I'm trying to say. So let's save it. Now that we have saved it all, let me just put an empty array for it. I'll call it model DELS. I'll just use the empty array for now because we are going to have a lot of models in our application. So that's why uses an array. So that's fine. So what else are we going to do? Are we going to use the what's called the model? I will call the folder. What name should I use? Should I say model? Should I call it model? I think model is a good one. I'll say model. Uh, model. I think model is good. Okay, model. So I'll call the folder, I mean the file inside the model, I'll just say a model. That's now that I have my model. So what do I need to do right now? I just need to call a table. First of all, I will just say import TORP. Then we have a lot to import here. I'll say table. So now I have the table here. All I just need to do is to say, okay, since we want the table, first the table must have let's say at table. The table must have the timestamp. I'll say time timestamp should be true. See how you eat. Then what else? Um the table name TAB table name we'll call it should I call it what name should I use? I should use users. Then the model name model. Why is it? I didn't put comma. Yes, I didn't put comma. I'll say model the model name should be what name should I use? I just call it user. So now we have the model name and the table name. What else? I'm going to use the column. I mean, for the column COLUMN. So I have the column, but first of all, what I need to do, I'll create a class that will export this column to other component. All I just need to do is to say export class LASS and I should just call it user. Then extends sorry, XTENS extends model MOD model. So now we have the model. Then now the reason why I'm still having this error, TypeScript is saying something. First of all, TypeScript gives you you know options for your errors, So now once I enlighten this thing, you see TypeScript is saying experimental support for decorators is a feature that is subject to change in a future release. Set the experimental decorators option in your TS config. So all I just need to do is say experimental decorators. I'll just come here to say, okay, I want to use the experiment. I want the experimental decoration to be true. So I'll search it as a experiment. So I have the experimental decorator. I'll just say true. Once I uncomment it and I save it, immediately I save it. TypeScript will, as you can see, we no longer have this error anymore. Let me save this one also, but I'm still coming for this. So now we have the model, as you can see. So what I'm going to do, since we are exporting this class name called the user, all I need to do is to bring that's our model here to say, okay, we are using this model in our application. I will just say import PORD, then user, where is it? Yes, this is it. So from, as you can see, we have it in the model. So you see, we have it's inside of our model folder. So now all I just need to do is to use it here. I just call it user. That's all for this connection. So let's dig further. Now I will call the column. I will say add column COLUMN, then it should be inside. Okay. Now we want this column to be our ID column. So all I need to do now is to say, okay, I think I don't want to type too much. Maybe I should just copy all of this, then I will explain to you. But first, let me um use the database for the data type, rather. The data type, yes. So um let me just copy it out the back. So welcome back. I don't have that time to start, typing. All I need to do is just to copy and paste, then I will explain to you. This is what we do. In normal what's it called, Node JS, if you can remember the type, you just call the type. So I said the type should be an integer. Then auto increment is true primary key because this is our ID. Our ID needs a primary key. Then I declare the ID to be number there. So in our second column, I say type should be of data type string, and this should be in capital letters. Why allow non-false username? You see, username, the way I put it, should be string. This is TypeScript way to do TypeScript. This is a TypeScript function that's to make our data known. Okay, now we are done with this. All I just need to do is to set it. Now we want to I want to go a writer so that we can post these things to our what's it called, database. So now I will come here just as a way we normally do. I'll just call it normal router. Let me see. Or you then I will call it new, I'll say router ROUTR dot CSS. So now we have a router. First of all, I will need to import RC, import request REQ. Sorry, I'm supposed to, okay, request and also response RESPONSE from Express. So now we have this request and response. I'm going to import our user. I'll say import the ORT. Remember, we have inside um, of our model, we have this user. Yes. So all I need to do now is to come here to import the user. So our user will go from this. So now we have the user. Then I will come to create a variable I will just call it router. Then it's equals to, since we are going to be using the async function of the ASYNC async function, then I'll just so I'll say my request is equals to sorry, REQ request, and my response RES is equals to response. Response. Yes. Uh, we are getting there already. So I'll just say const, then remember what we named this thing here inside of our model. I call them username, call the username and email. So I mean username and email is equals to then REQ the body that is gonna be coming from our body. Concern. So I'm gonna create a variable called should I call it user that's equals to since we are using the listen, we're gonna wait we then I'll say user dot um create. Let's use it create. Let's create. Then I will just use it and for username email. So we are progressing. So the next thing I just need to do is to you know I'll say res.json res.json so make it user. Yes. Now we are good to go. Let me export this router. I will say X. So let's save it. Then we are going to do our I'll just call it router connection. I'll call the folder router connection. Router sure. Then the file inside, I'll just call it route connecting router from router the TSX. You can give it whatever name you want. Yes, you can give it whatever name you want, but the reason why I normally, you know, I will create folder for these things is because I want it to be very easy for any other persons that by tomorrow if you're working with a team you might not be working on this particular page so they might be giving it to somebody else so the person that is coming to work on this side will definitely understand what is he or she is going to do next so that's it for now so now I want to call the express then I will give it an instance to route. So I'll say first sorry, I'm used to this first the old way of doing it JavaScript. So I'll say import for the express. We have SS from express, from express. Yes. So I will just say, let me give it a sequence. Since I've used router, so let me just call it routing. ROUTING is equals to XPRESS dot routing. Then that's for the what else? I just need to call my if you can remember, I just need to call this router. It's called router. So I will just say import router. Right. Yes. So what else? I'll just say router routing that it's gonna be a post request. Then let's give it should I call it the URL, should I call it users USERS, then a comma with a router. So I just come here, then export so, uh, routes routing RUTI. Yeah, we are almost done. I think this video is it's long, but you know I just want to make it very easy for everyone to understand. So now we have this. The last thing that we are gonna do is to come back to our index file. Then in this my index file, I will import this sequelize. So I will just come inside of my index file. I'll say import sequelize. Yeah. So now I have my index file. So I will just say sequelize sequelize the um I need to synchronize it x y and synchronize that. Then it's gonna be 10 since it's a promise. So I will copy this and put it here. And also I will import this. Remember, we call it router. Yes. No, we are gonna import this. Sorry. This it's still the router though, but let's import this. I think this one is okay. I'll say import call it router. Okay. Routing, sorry. I will import the routing, then I will just come here to say app. Sorry, it's a mistake. I am very sorry. This is not what I'm supposed to import. I'm saying it. So I will just come inside of our index file. I'll say import URL, then I'll say route routing. So I have a routing, then I will just say app dot use our routing to okay. So another thing, let's I forget. I will I will use the express app dot use then express express dot this And another thing again, make sure um, this use routing is below this expressive GSM. So your code won't break. So now we are done with our application. But for we to know if this thing is really working, we are going to use a tester called the, although you might have the one that you're using. For me, I'm using the Postmark. Yes. So I have Postmark. Let me bring it out. I don't know why it's taking time. To be very honest with you, this might take a few minutes. But I think I should just pause this video then, I'll come back when, okay, it's up already. So let's see. Oh, this thing is taking time. Come on, bro. Taking time. They're supposed to be good. Immediately, I paused the video. It pop up. So now we have this. Look at, as you can see, we have uh now the HTTP is equal to slash slash locale is equal to 3000 slash user. Let me see if it's called user. Tell me. Mm, users. It's called users, not user. Oh, users. So, and the port is, I think is we are correct for the port. The port is 3002. So let's check if our code is working. What am I gonna do here? The body, come to the body. So now I have the username and I call it George, and email is my email. I'm gonna get bug. Do you know why I'm gonna get bug? I did not put my password here, but the reason why I did not put my password is because I don't want to just see my password. So I'm gonna pause this video, then I'll put my password and I'll run away from that area. So let me just connection. As you can see, I didn't put my password. So let me pause the video. So welcome back. I have done that. So all I just need to do is to, yeah, I know somebody will be saying instead of doing that, you should just once your video is finished with your video, you edit and you blur your videos. I mean, you blur your secrets, you know, um, keys, or you use the .env. But this is not why I'm doing this video. I can easily do the .env, then hide all my um, secret keys to the file. So, but that's not why we are here. So I will just say npm start. So now I have started our project. Let's see if it's gonna work. Let's see. I pray it works. This thing, I pray it works. I don't want to get errors. I don't want to get errors. Turn it out. Okay. Okay, let me send it. Oh, it has error. What could be the error? It's saying could not send request. Why? HTTP could not send request. It should go now. This is it now. Oh, I have. It's saying, oh, CS code. Oh, let me see. I didn't spell very well. I say look here. Let me I'll pause the video and go back to that file. And I've corrected myself. Instead of local host, I was saying there's this thing again. Instead of local host, I said locate host. This is it. Instead of I would have put here. I'm sorry about that, bro. So let's see. This is your watch now. Still, oh, the problem is there's no error here. It's not giving me error here. It's not giving me error here, but I don't know why it's not giving me error here. It's not giving me error. I don't know why, but it's not giving me error. It's not giving me error. So as you can see now, my ID is one. Username George, email georgedanilo@gmail.com. Updated at blah 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 blah. So if I come to my database, let me refresh my database. Remember, it's got so much to it. As you can see, I have the users, as the table name is called the users. So if I check here, you can see. So this is, I think, I made this thing very, very simple for anyone to understand. So please, if you're watching my video for the first time, please kindly support me by sharing my video on Facebook, like and comment on YouTube. You please, you just got to give it a thumb up, like, and also you can comment. But you would need to, subscribe to my channel, and I'm gonna give you a good videos. I promise you that. I'm ready for this now. All right. I'll see you again on our next video. Bye bye for now.